For more on the President's announcement and what it means for America's relations with Eastern Europe and Russia, we are joined tonight from Washington by Heather Conley. She's a senior fellow at the Center for Strategic and International Studies and a former Assistant Secretary of State. Heather, what's behind the President's decision today? Is the missile threat from Iran less severe than depicted by the Bush administration?
Today's decision marks the end of a 7-month review by the Obama administration on the missile defense program in Central Europe. It does mean that the Obama administration has made a different assessment of the Iranian threat vis-a-vis Europe and U.S. forces in Europe. Rather than seeing the threat as long-range ballistic missiles, they believe it's more short and medium-range missile threat, which is why they are really adjusting the missile defense program in Europe.
Did people have it wrong all along?
Well, it's unclear. This is a dramatic change in direction. It's using different technologies. It's looking at a different set of threat assumptions. And I think that's a fair question. How could we be so wrong and swing so in such a different direction in only 9 months?
And what about budgetary considerations? Did they factor into the President's announcement? And what is a new shield, if there is one? What is that likely to cost?
The budget did factor into the equation. The Obama administration very early on had 2 main problems with the Bush administration's missile defense plans. Number 1, cost. Number 2, the technology. They questioned the efficacy of the technology itself. There needs to be a greater explanation and exploration, I'm sure, undertaken by Congress to see what are the budget ramifications of this new system. Again, the administration is arguing it's faster, it's more cost-effective, and I think we'll have to get into the details to see if that, in fact, is true.
Well, this missile defense shield was a huge irritant for Russia. Can we now expect more cooperation from Moscow on difficult topics like sanctions against Iran? Does Moscow have any leverage when it comes to Iran?
This is very unclear. I don't believe there was any thought in the Obama administration to connect this decision today on missile defense to gaining any additional Russian concessions. And in fact, that played out. Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov just released a statement shortly saying on Iran that Russia did not believe that there is any appropriate mechanism to increase or enhance sanctions against Iran. So I don't believe there's a quid pro quo. It does eliminate a major irritant, as you said, to the U.S.-Russian bilateral relationship. It may be in part of the reset that Vice President Biden first talked about in February. But I would not anticipate, certainly in the short term, any major movement from Russia vis-a-vis Iran.
Heather Conley, thank you very much for your insights.
Thank you.